So I'm going to show you what I want you to do when you first come into class every day. This is going to be the procedures for entering class, and it's going to get you all ready and settled for the start of class. Obviously, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to walk through the door. Now, generally, there's not a small dog waiting for you, but since I'm here alone today, Dot is keeping me company. This is my little dog, Dot. Say hi, Dot. You've got two choices. You can actually come over here and pick up an agenda. We won't have an agenda every single day, but we will have some sort of an in-class assignment every day, and it's generally going to be over in this section. Most people will grab one because it's easier to read than to try and read it off the board. So you pick up an agenda. Today is Wednesday, and so you grab it. Basically, it is the PowerPoints that are on the board. I print the ones that are important, you can see. And then you're going to head on over to your desk. Now, the desk you're going to head over to is not going to be one of these tables. You're going to head over to the middle section, and you can see that I actually have the PowerPoint playing there. Now, the reason I started printing them out is because I saw a lot of people trying to take pictures of the PowerPoints so that they could read them. Because even though I thought I was leaving them up for a long enough time, apparently I wasn't. You're going to go ahead and grab a seat. And you are going to try and read what's on the overhead. Because it's going to tell you what's going on for the class. And you're going to get out what's called the daily timesheet. Now, this thing is going to need to be filled out every single day. And you need to fill it out completely, not just the top or just the bottom. So today is Wednesday, so you're going to go to the Wednesday timesheet. And you're going to get out your pen or pencil, which you are expected to have with you every day. Remember that as soon as you walk into the class, you are a technician, and a technician is expected to always have his or her tools. The answers to the questions are going to be put right here. And then you're going to bring it to me or to a student an assigned student scribe, and that's just the person that would be signing it off for you. And after you have answered all 6 of the questions, then you can go ahead and go to work at your station over there. So let's get to work. You're going to open up your notebook and get out your pen or pencil, which you do not have to have a notebook in this class. That'll be one of the assignments. And go to question 1, which happens to be also on the overhead. Question 1 says, what is your full name and what do you like to be called? Obviously, these questions are going to be pretty simple at the first part of the semester. So you're going to answer it completely. And please try and write legibly, although I can actually read really well. My full name is Tori Lynn Clemenson. I mean, I have read the most, and I like to be called Tori. So you don't have to call me Mrs. K or Miss Teacher or anything like that. You can just call me Tori. And then go on to question 2 and then question 3. So question 2, what is your home school? Your home school would be the school that you normally go to, and what grade are you in? How techie do you consider yourself? For question, that's question 5. Make sure you pay attention to which one you're on. It's not the end of the world if you get them out of order. What was your main purpose for taking this class? And then, do you plan to take 1 year or 2? If you're a senior this year, you're probably only going to take 1 year, unless you are going to be a super senior, which is perfectly fine. No judgment. And then, do you know someone who works in IT? If so, what do they do? Because it's always nice to kind of have someone in your pocket that you can ask questions of. So once you've done that, then you want to look down below. So let's say I've answered all those questions. And if there's a quiz, it's going to say afterwards. So notice that after question 6, there's a big blank space, so there's not something that says take quiz, blah, 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 blah. Also, you will notice that today, first year, right at the beginning, I think it says we've got questions, introductions, we're going to set up computers. Ooh, exciting. We're going to install computers, we're going to test computers, and we're going to check out the class website. But it doesn't say anything about a quiz. So today, no quiz. So we can just mark off nope. No, we didn't take it, obviously. When we take quizzes, you do have to get above a 75% to pass, and the reason I want you to do that is because I don't want you to just be happy with a failing score or with a D score. I want you to get 75 or above, because the quiz questions will always be on the test. And then the plan for today, labs to complete. Now today you don't know yet what labs you have to do, but you do kind of know that we've got to do questions, which is what we're doing right now, introductions, and you know you've got to set up the computers. So for today, please write down set up computers. And that's your goal. And then project, we have no project, so we can yet. And then how well did you meet your goal? You can do that later. And then at the end of the period, this is your way out. This is your ticket out the door, where the teacher observes it, where you're on task all period, number of labs completed and checked off. After you finish each lab, I check it off. You're not going to get labs yet, so you're okay. You won't have any labs in the first part of this unit. In fact, this unit doesn't have any labs at all, but starting your next unit, you will have labs. When you finish filling all of this out, you're going to take it up to the teacher, and you're going to have the teacher, if I'm standing up here and I'm not in the process of helping somebody or giving instructions to the second year students, you're going to ask me to sign it. If I am in the process of doing that, then you are either going to wait patiently at the tables, or you're going to have the scribe sign it. You guys will all know who the scribe is. Now today we don't have one yet at the beginning of the year, but you will. So let's say that I'm standing up here, and you say, Tori, can you sign this? And I look at it, and we'll just pretend that it's all filled out. If it's not filled out, I'm going to say, you know what, I want you to fill these things out and bring it back when you're done, because I want you to get used to having a completely filled out card. One of the really important things that we do in IT, which doesn't seem like it's important, but it really is that we document, document, document. Because if you move on to another position, if you move on to another job, if you decide to jump out of a perfectly good airplane without a parachute, there has to be something so that the next person who comes in and takes over for your job, there has to be some documentation so that they can pick it up. So we are going to get used to doing documentation by doing these kinds of things. So I'm going to then go, all right, I'm going to sign it, TK. And then you are going to go, take this. You're going to not put that in your notebook, because I only print out about 15 of them, because it's not something you need to take home. You're going to put this into your notebook because you need that for the next day. You're going to take this and you're going to put it away in the back. I'm walking back to the back. And I'm going to put it back into the Wednesday box with it facing out so that everybody knows it's Wednesday. If you didn't notice, it says Wednesday on the box. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, I can't see it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'm going to grab my thing, because I don't want to leave stuff at these tables here, because you might have noticed that there's not enough seats for everybody at these tables. And then I'm going to go to whatever seat that I have chosen to sit in over here. I'm going to drop my stuff, and then I either get to go to the TARDIS, where my lab computers are stored if I'm a morning student, or I get to go to the super secret closets back behind here, behind the Dell boxes of doom, where if I'm an afternoon student, my stuff are stored. I get to get out my lab computer, I get out my packet for the unit, and then I'm going to get started. Now, in the case of our first unit, you won't get your lab computers yet. We'll get those at, I'll actually get them assigned to you during the second unit. So that is how you enter class, and that's what you're going to do every day. The only difference is going to be when you watch a video at home, I may have you come in and take a quiz instead, in which case there will still be a handout, but it will have either quiz questions on it, which you answer and then hand in, or you answer on your daily timesheet and then you hand them in. And in which case, if you haven't done the video at home, you got to sit down and you got to do the video, or there will be some other type of activity. Sometimes when we have some really intense lab, we'll skip it, or when we have a test, we'll skip it. But for the most part, walk through the door, grab your agenda, sit at the table, answer your questions, and then get to work.